Hey guys, welcome back to the workshop. Artisan Pirate here, and today we're going to be making a 6-piece scroll saw compound cut interlocking puzzle. The project comes from March 2006 Creative Woodworks and Crafts magazine. Here is what we'll be making. The project was made and invented by John Palamas. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Plans were included for a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and 3/4 inch version. We're going to be focusing on the 3/4 inch version today. I have photocopied the pattern at 100%, and I've got some extra pine wood here from some old projects that I think we can get all of this out of. So let me get the pine wood ripped down into 3/4 inch strips, get the pattern attached, and I'll show you what a compound cut means on a scroll saw. Okay, over here at the scroll saw, I have my pattern attached to the woods. Like I said, you need 3/4 inch square strips to do this. And for compound cutting on a scroll saw, you need to make sure that your table is aligned to your blade at a perfect 90 degrees. And a good way to do that is to take a scrap piece of wood like I've done here and cut a puzzle piece. And if you can drop the puzzle piece down and bring it back up and pass it through again, you know your blade is at a perfect 90-degree angle. But what I'm going to do here is show y'all what compound cut means. Traditionally on a scroll saw, you cut from one side of the wood and you're done. Compound cutting is you cut from 2 or more sides of the wood. For this project, you'll be cutting on 2 sides of the wood. So, for instance, on this piece here, I'll do the one cut this way, flip it over, and come around and cut out this notch for the pieces to interlock. Again, make sure your table and your blade is at a perfect 90-degree angle to each other. But we're going to cut these out. Again, it is 6 pieces. We're going to cut them out and do some very, very light sanding, and then we'll put it together. Okay, here we are beginning our cuts. I'm going to proceed to finish ripping down the 3/4 inch stock into 3/4 inch square strips, and that will give me all the material I need to make up the 6 puzzle pieces. Making a puzzle like this, you need to stay as close as you can to the line of the pattern. The scroll saw is going to do all the work for you. You are just essentially guiding the wood through it, applying light pressure. Don't force the wood through the blade. The blade will get it done. And with this being pine wood, it was a very easy cut. Pine wood cuts extremely well and extremely smooth on a scroll saw. I'm about to get the first piece done, and there I am holding it up and showing you what it looks like. In reality, only 2 pieces of this puzzle out of the 6 pieces is compound cut. So only 2 of the pieces are cut on 2 sides. And I think I'm actually doing one here now. Yeah, and I'll hold it up and you'll see it has kind of a 3D look to it. Real neat, very versatile technique to learn. If you are into scroll sawing, you can make some beautiful pieces doing compound cuts. This is a good introductory project for trying compound cuts. I made one of these little puzzles years and years ago when I was first getting into scroll sawing, and I thought it was so cool how that 3D effect turned out. But I think I should be finishing up here in a second. Again, it don't take long to cut out this project if you're familiar with a scroll saw. And I'm just taking my time. I'm not trying to force the wood through the blade. Patience is the key. And I think I'm about to finish up here, and we'll move on to sanding. I think this is the other compound piece that I'm cutting out here. Okay, we now have all 6 of our interlocking puzzle pieces cut out. We're going to be doing some very light sanding on this. This is 150 grit sandpaper. You don't want to sand too rough because it would remove too much stock, and then the pieces, when they go to interlock, would be wobbly and slide apart, and you want it to be a firm fit, but not so firm that you have to force the pieces to slide together. But let me do some light sanding on this, and then we'll put it together. Okay, here we are at sanding. Again, very light sanding is needed for this project. You don't want to remove too much stock to where the pieces fit too loosely. You're just basically wanting to get the wood nice and smooth, remove any of the fuzzies that was created in the corners due to scroll sawing where the blade was going up and down, smooth out any of the edges. But like I said, this project does not require a ton of sanding. Okay, light sanding is done. Now, let's assemble this puzzle. We're going to pick up 2 of the pieces that look like C's and butt them together to where they have this little box in the middle. We're going to take the other piece that looks like a C and slot it in here, just like this. We're going to take one of these funny looking pieces here, and this slot is going to go in and lay down on this little bed here, just like that. We're going to take the other little piece that looks like this and do the same thing on the other side, and it'll slide in just like this. We're going to take this solid piece and slide it right in that slot, and that will complete the 6-piece compound cut scroll saw puzzle. Very simple project to do. You can do this project from start to finish in maybe an hour. Very simple project. Makes a great desk accessory or even a gift, but I think it turned out real good. I think I'll leave it natural. I love the natural look of wood. But thank you all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and as always, God bless.